Welcome to OWAD today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. And today I have to be off the screen because my internet is kind of jammy today. Um, and welcome to December. We have come through history from Paleolithic, Neolithic, and Equestrian, um, classical China era, and then ocean industrial age all the way to today, 2025, contemporary time. So the last month, and also as a tradition, every last month that I have been doing this is dedicated to the contemporary Chinese expressions because language is a living thing. It keeps evolving, keeps getting new ideas in there. And even if we inherited roughly like commonly used 8,000 characters of Chinese, and people can come can keep using the same ingredients and create something new out of it. So this month is dedicated to the contemporary Chinese language users and how they want to use the same 8,000 characters ish to conceptualize the world they are living in. And 东大 is today's expression. You can see on the top is simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, and at the bottom, the screenshots are the seal script language about 2,000 years ago. So briefly snapshots of the language, how it got evolved over time. And when I do this unpacking, I'll often go back all the way to the earliest possible seal script language, which is already a standardization effort. It's not a garden of variety at the very beginning of the language. So, I mean, language probably is agreement between language users, right? So there may be different thoughts about how to express something pictographically, right? And then eventually one idea survive as the winner. And that's how through the rest of the thousands of years, people keep using the same. And especially when the dictionary compilation, which oftentimes is a governmental effort, if the government says this is the right spelling and the national exams would examine you on the correct spelling, then everybody else is going to conform, right? So one standardized one survive. Come back to individual words. 东大, this 东, the east, Chinese express east. Okay, since I'm not showing on my face, I cannot, I cannot make it easier for you to visually to see me. But okay, the expression of 东 is made of the tree symbol. Oh, too bad. Okay. This is a tree icon for Chinese. Canopy of the tree, root of the tree, and oftentimes the root have to be deeper, longer, bigger. If you see the proportion, the canopy is smaller compared to the root. That's how a tree, I guess, majority or classical tree look. If we have the X-ray vision of how a tree is above the ground, below the ground, portion would be the top would be smaller than the bottom for the tree to stably standing there without collapsing, right? So this is a tree symbol, and Chinese embed this oval shape with one horizontal line. That's a spherical. I mean, even if it's squashed into oval shape, it was intended to be a perfect circle. But of course, perfect circle is difficult for humans to draw it out just simply by hand. So eventually it became oval shape. And it depends on the context, the visual context. It is. Like in here, it's embedded in a tree trunk, right? There's not much space in between the top and the bottom curves. So this oval even more constrained spatially. So it becomes more squashed horizontally. And then this horizontal line within the oval shape is the energy emitting energy or heat or light form emitting from the sphere. That's the Earthlings' observation of, at least from China, the observation of what the sun looks like. It's this energetic ball out there beyond the Earth. And this imagery embedded on the tree trunk right there signifies the time when the sun just rises above horizon, but not above the treetop yet. So it's early in the morning at the sunrise hour, and Chinese associate the sun motion with the direction motion because everybody knows the sun rises from the east. So that becomes from the sunrise, the timing as a referral to the direction. That's the sun rising from the east. Okay, that's dong. Now, da, we have this big concept, and I place the small right next to it because this is a pair. And to understand one, we need to understand the other. Chinese big and small simply is a relative term. That da is made of these two pieces, and then use one horizontal line to combine them into one unit. And that means it's double the size of the result combined combination is bigger, at least the double size of the original if the two sides are equal, right? Then that double the size is comparing to the original. That's a bigger than the original. Eventually, that bigger than gets simplified to just big because between the listener and the speaker, they have some commonly agreed assumption of what that benchmark is. What is considered the average, the normal? And then if this is something beyond their regular range, and then both would agree what is big. Versus small is, again, those two pieces, and then have a separator instead of a combiner. The separator separate. Make sure the two pieces don't touch each other and make sure it's cut in half. So this is half the size of something, and that's guaranteed to be smaller than the original. And that's how Chinese express big and small. This is relative terms. This is, I guess, effective way to visually express this sizing relativity. Now, 东大 okay, sorry for the chaos here, is a self-referral to China because 东大 came from this 东方大国, if you see the bottom here. 东方 is the complete way to say 东 because Chinese has, even as 东 can be a variety of meaning. And when we say 东方方 means direction, then let's make sure we are talking about the east as a direction, not like 东 could be somebody as the host. It's different. And 大国 is, this 大 came from simplification of 大国, like big country. And in China's perception, like the countries of the world are divided into big versus small, and the big country in the east is the self. Okay, 东方大国 probably shown so much in the media, in the, I guess, the government, state lingo, and that the net speak make it shorter, simply more efficient in the expression, and also kind of because it's as a set phrase. You don't need to say it all the time. That people using this language would know. So eventually, 东大 became China's abbreviation. And Great Wall is the view. If we refer to China, that's probably one of the most legit imagery to represent China. There we go. 东大. Thank you for your time. See you another day.